Been a while? Huh? Have you been?
Sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
Hold on. Don't tell me you forgot about me, Amber?
Well, could you tell me who you are? I don't have you saved in my contacts.
You gotta be kidding me. You removed me from your contacts? It's Frank.
Sorry, I know a few Franks.
I can't believe this, Amber. You really forgot about your ex-husband like that? And your daughter's father, for God's sake.
There's no way. You're really my ex-husband, Frank?
Of course I am. It's been what, 5 years? I hope you've been doing well, though.
I can't believe you. Just fading from my daughter's life like that without getting in contact at all.
Wait, don't tell me you're still upset at the fact that we fell through? Hasn't it been enough time for us to move on with our lives?
What are you talking about? You betrayed both me and our daughter, so why should I be happy about hearing from you again? Not to mention you were cheating on that woman from your work during our marriage. Now tell me, why in the world would I be happy to hear back from you?
Hey now, calm down for a sec, Amber. There's no need to mention all of that drama from our past, right?
Listen to yourself.
And that was 5 years ago. I sent you that child support money, right? Even that house you two are living in is under my name, but I gave it over to you. Look, I know I did bad in the past, but there's no need to get angry about something that's already happened, right?
You didn't contact me for 5 years, Frank.
Look, let's just let all of that past stuff slide for a second. I just wanted to contact you in terms of the future is all. What I want to say is that you'll have to leave from that house soon. ID say you'd have around a month?
Wait, what are you talking about? A month is a little too short notice, isn't it?
I let you live in that house for 5 years, didn't I? And you've made money during that time, so I'm sure you have enough money to support yourself in your own house. Anyways, I want to move back into that house soon. So I'd appreciate it if you'd leave by next month, so we don't lead to any more issues.
Wait, if you're moving, does that mean that woman you were cheating with is coming too?
Oh, come on now, Amber. She's my wife. And we even have a son now. We were hopping from place to place for the past few years, but now that I have a kid, I wanted to settle down in a familiar location, you see?
You had a kid? I can't believe you're still with that woman.
What can I say? I'm a loyal man. I got married right away after we got divorced. And I'd been going around the country for the past 5 years, living all over.
And you're saying the three of you are coming back to live here?
I'd suggest you start packing as soon as possible. I know you have a ton of clothes you need to go through after all.
1 hour later.
Hi, this must be Amber's number.
Which means you must be Frank's new wife.
Oh, you've already heard. Yup, I'm Lucy.
I heard everything from him, don't you worry. Why are you messaging me? Aren't you busy looking after your new son or whatever?
Someone sounds sour. I, on the other hand, couldn't be happier right now. I have a loving husband and a gorgeous son. And we'll be moving into your pretty neighborhood very soon.
In exchange for me leaving, does that sum it up?
I understand how you must be feeling, I really do. I didn't want to have to do this, but Frank said there was no other choice, especially with housing prices climbing up every year.
I suppose it is legally his property.
So I'm really sorry. But hey, look on the bright side. Well, make sure to keep that house nice and pretty going forward. Again, I feel bad for putting you through this, but you have to understand that we're going through a lot too.
You don't need to apologize. I can't really say anything since the house is still in his name. I should have known he'd be scummy enough to pull something like this one day.
You say that, but I can tell you're feeling really bitter about this entire thing. Are you sure you don't want to tell me anything?
What are you trying to say?
You're worried about your financial situation now that you don't have anywhere to live, right? Finding somewhere to live in a month is a tough thing to do, it really is. I know from personal experience. You had a supportive husband 5 years ago, but things just went downhill from then, right? It must have been tough having to look after your daughter during those hard times all by yourself. I know I shouldn't be prying into your life, but are you sure you'll have a place to stay after all of this is done? All you can do is laugh at this point.
Again, what are you getting at? You're enjoying kicking me out of my own house, aren't you?
Well, you don't have to say it like that. It's just interesting to think about when Frank really did choose me over you to be your replacement. I mean, we really are switching our lives with each other, aren't we?
I was willing to go along with this, but you didn't need to say it like that.
Oh, it was just a silly thought I had. I'll try and do my best to make your move as smooth as it can, okay?
Right.
Oh, wait, I have a great idea. Why don't you become a personal assistant for our house? That way you wouldn't have to find a new place to live at all.
This is a joke, right?
We could really use all the help we could get since we just had a kid. And you have much more experience when it comes to raising children. It'd be a give and take for the both of us, right?
There's no way I'm agreeing to that. Why would I ever want to live with that man ever again and be his personal servant?
I'm sorry to say this, Amber, but I don't think you have too many other options. You'll end up going homeless if you decide to pass this offer up and try and survive for yourself.
If that's what will happen, then so be it. I'd rather try and support myself even if it means failing and becoming homeless than live under the same roof as that man.
3 weeks later.
Missed call. Amber, pick up. Hurry up and get out of my house. You said you prefer to be homeless, right? So go on. Leave already. You seem to be so insistent on disappearing from my life, so I decided I'd come down today to kick you out.
Wait a second. It's still 8 in the morning.
I'm the house owner, so it doesn't matter what time it is. When I say get out, you get out. Besides, I have nothing to do in the afternoon. Hurry up and open up. I'm at the front door. How long are you going to keep me waiting?
Ugh, why are you so bossy? You choose to leave us with your own free will and we had to deal with that. Why should I have to keep changing my life because of your selfishness?
Hey now, you really don't seem to be understanding the situation you're in, huh? That's the exact reason I came early. To teach you a lesson and drill it into you who's in charge around here.
Try me. What will you do about it, huh?
Well, I can just sue you for stepping onto private property. This is my house and my land after all. I can just as easily make things much harder for you, Amber. You know this.
How dare you?
So if you don't hurry up and open this door, you'll have a nice conversation with the cops. Open this door. You don't want a criminal record, do you?
You're so pushy, you know that? Everything has to go your way, doesn't it? You left both your wife and daughter from your own selfishness, and now you treat me like this? You're going to call the police on me? How vile can you get, cheating on me and then treating me like a criminal?
I'd comply with what I'm telling you to do if I was in your shoes. You're old news now. No one wants you. I heard from my wife, by the way. It seems you turned down her offer to be our maid.
So what? Of course I'd say no to such a ludicrous request.
You lashed out at Lucy, who was so kind as to provide you with an option to not go homeless. You were the one that declined her offer when she was just being nice, so hurry up and leave. I keep telling you over and over, but this is my house. I'm the owner, so if I tell you to leave, then you have to leave. A divorced wife like you has no rights in what happens to this house.
I already sold that house.
Wait, that's the best lie you could come up with?
I don't even live there anymore.
Okay, what's next? You're going to say we're still married? How could you have sold the house if you didn't even have the rights to it?
Oh, sorry, maybe you'll explain it to you so an idiot like you can understand. I sold that house to your parents for $20,000.
What are you on about?
So that house you've been banging on for the past few minutes is actually the house that your parents live in now. I'd suggest you keep it down. I'm sure they're still sleeping in after all.
Hold on a second. Why would my parents buy this place all of a sudden? And why would they pay you $20,000?
After you ran off with Lucy or whatever her name is, your parents come to me to apologize on your behalf. They felt responsible for what you did. They said it was their fault since they raised you into a person to do something so thoughtless and cruel. They said, I'm sure you won't be able to live in peace if he still has ownership of that house, so why don't we pay you $20,000 and live there ourselves?
Why would my parents do something like that?
They told me that they'll give me their house to live in the meantime. Even though the house is still technically in your name, they said they'll deal with you so I didn't have to. Even though I feel bad for causing your parents to move, I thought this would have been the best for me and my daughter. So I went through with the agreement.
Wait a second. If what you're saying is the truth, then you switched addresses with my parents.
Can you not read? I literally just told you that. I got a new home and $20K, why wouldn't I say yes?
You're kidding me. Why do you get to get out of all this scot-free? What do my parents owe you anyways?
If you want the answer to that, ask your parents. You're asking the wrong person. I'm sure they just wanted to patch up the mistakes of their dumb son. Besides, maybe they predicted that you'd pull a stunt like this and prevented issues from arising between us.
No way.
I heard from your mom about everything, by the way. You and Lucy had huge debts you had to pay off, right? And you ended up selling your dad's prized art collection to pay it off?
Oh, that's not true.
Why should I believe you at this point? Your dad was furious. That sure wasn't fake anger.
Whatever. Damn it, I better get out of here though.
Oh? Weren't you saying you were going to have a nice life in that house? You were going to live with your wife and son there, right? Take back what was yours, or something? Besides, it'd be rude to leave without saying hi to your parents, right? I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate you coming all the way just for you to run off.
As much as I'd love to meet my parents now, I'm a busy man with a lot to do today.
Oh, it can just be quick. You're right there. You might as well say hello. You know what, I'll send your mom a text message now so she knows you're out the front. How does that sound?
Wait, don't do that.
I told her that the one shouting outside their house was you. Oh, look at that. It seems like she read it. You'll see your beloved mother in no time, don't you worry.
Hold on, I didn't sign up for this. Damn it, they noticed me.
Well, I'm sure there's tons to catch up on when you haven't seen them in 5 years. So, I'll leave you to it. Hope you have fun.
Several days later.
Amber, I can't live with Frank's parents. Listen, you need to help me. Ask his parents to live with you.
Oh, you again. Why should I be the one to live with them? It doesn't make sense for me to live with my ex's parents.
Because that house you're living in used to be theirs.
Well, I've been the owner of this house for 5 years now. Why should my daughter and I have to comply with your requests?
You changed ownership? I didn't hear about this.
Well, that's the reality of it. So this issue has nothing to do with me. Please don't contact me again.
Wait. Please don't leave me like this. You're part of the mix-up. We had planned to have a peaceful life with my husband and son. But now I have to look after Frank's parents too?
I don't know, maybe you can kick them out somehow? I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up doing something that cruel, to be honest. You tried kicking me out after all. If you don't like the idea of being around them, then that's the only choice left, right?
I'm trying to get them to leave, obviously. But they aren't budging. That's why I'm asking for your help. I've told them so many times to get out, but they just refuse. They're threatening to call the cops. They just keep saying that it's their property, so they have every right to stay. There's nothing I can do.
Saying it's your property so you have every right to do what you want. That sounds weirdly familiar. Well, I wish you luck either way.
Please, help us out. This was all a big misunderstanding.
Well, they have every right to stay there. It is their house after all. Frank's parents have been the ones paying the bills for that house all this time. It's a little hard to kick someone out of their own house, don't you think? You have to be smarter than that.
Well, what can we do then?
Well, if you want them to leave, the only option is to hire a lawyer. But that might just end up with you two in even more trouble.
No. We can't do that. I mean, not after Frank took his dad's belongings and sold them.
Oh, right. That did happen, didn't it? Well, you might as well give up then. Even if you call the police or get a lawyer, it seems like the ones that will come on top are Frank's parents.
Is the only option for us to live with them as one big family? I was going to have a quiet life with the two most important people in my life.
Well, you never know. Living as one family might be fun, right? His mom is a very kind lady. She won't do you any harm.
That's because she got along with you. I don't know if she'd get along with me when I'm on Frank's side.
Well, you never know until you try. I suppose you did contribute to selling his father's stuff though, huh?
I didn't directly do anything. Ugh, and his mom is telling me to do all of the housework too since they're starting to get old.
We can't be too harsh on our elders. You'll be there one day. You should be happily doing whatever you can for them. I'm sure Frank will be busy with work too. Someone has to do the housework after all.
No, this can't be happening. I was finally having the happiest years of my life. Why do I have to go through this? I don't understand what I did wrong.
Hey now. You can't be pessimistic when nothing has begun yet. You've got this, you have a reliable husband, right? And you need to do what's best for your son too. Mothers are the strongest in the world when it comes to protecting their children. Believe in yourself a little more.
1 week later.
Hey, Amber. I want to talk. Do you have a second? Could we go back to the way we were?
What are you on about? You have a son and Lucy.
No, you don't understand. Lucy is gone now.
Wait, what?
Look, please reconsider everything. They'll be there for you and our daughter. So let's go back to being family. I'm sure it'd be easier with a second parent in the house.
You really think things will go back to the way they once were? And what do you even mean when you say Lucy is gone?
Well, we ended up having to live with my parents after all of that. But then Lucy started throwing a tantrum saying she'd never want to live with them. And just left out of nowhere with our son. She doesn't respond to any of my texts since then.
Oh, she abandoned you, did she?
I mean, I don't think she's blocked me or anything, because she keeps telling me to send her child support money.
Well, that is expected from the father.
And of course I pay that. I'm responsible for our child too. But having to pay Lucy and your child support is a little much for my wallet, you see. You'd understand the situation I'm in right now, don't you?
Understanding and caring are two different things. Do I understand? Of course. Do I care? Of course not.
Well, I mean, if we got back together, I could just split the house bills with you and call it a day, right? Besides, if there's an extra parent in the house, things will go smoother for your life too, won't it? I'm sure things will go back to normal in no time.
Grow up already. You left on your own will. You really think I'm going to say yes to you asking for my forgiveness like that? You're so immature, you know that?
I've thought of our daughter every single day of my life after I left. I didn't leave because I hated you or anything too. It was because I fell in love with Lucy, that's all. That's why I pushed you aside, trust me. I never hated you.
Oh, sure. You'll say anything to try and convince me to take you back. I'm not stupid.
But I love you the most right now. So please, let's go back to the way we used to be. Our daughter would love that too, won't she?
Oh, don't worry about that. She already has a father figure. I've been married for the past 2 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't think there would be a reason to bring it up with you. But I suppose I should make it clear at this point.
Hold on a second. What do you mean you've been married all of this time? Why did you marry a man that wasn't me?
What are you talking about? Why wouldn't I? As you said, it's good for our daughter to have a father figure, right?
Well, you have me to fill that role?
You cheated on me and left us in the dark for all of those years. You don't have the right to call her your daughter. My current husband would never betray us like what you did. I can assure you that. My daughter calls him Dad too. They get along perfectly fine, thank you very much.
No way.
I've been enjoying my life all of this time. And I've enjoyed the fact that you weren't a part of it.
Hold on a second, please. Give me a second chance. I won't cheat on you ever again. I'll look after our daughter every time she needs me. We can split the housework too.
Anyways, I hope you can resolve everything with Lucy. Oh, and you might as well apologize to your parents for all of the trouble you've caused too. Later on. After a period of time had elapsed, Lucy found herself in tears as she returned home with her young son, with no alternative but to seek refuge at Frank's parents' residence. Consequently, they decided against proceeding with the divorce, and had to grapple with the challenge of cohabitating with Frank's parents as one extended family. While it appears that Frank's parents derive some amusement from gradually demanding the return of the money they had pilfered, while simultaneously assigning Lucy all the household chores. Lucy continuously implores Frank to take action regarding their predicament, only to confront the reality that there is no viable escape from the predicament they have unwittingly fallen into.